All right, so I've talked a ton. I'm going to pass it to Jeff in a second for a topic that we're really excited about. So, we took kind of a different approach with our comedic message last time. This time is genuinely meant to be comedic, and this is what it stems from. So for the past 2 days, I've been doing daddy daycare so that my wife can go to work. We're right before the start of our school year, so they don't have daycare at school yet. That'll start tomorrow. But one of the things that my kids really wanted to do yesterday afternoon was watch Space Jam. And this is the original Space Jam with Michael Jordan, right? So when I'm watching this now as a coach, what I'm identifying throughout the movie, for one, is that it still is like a historical great film. Like it doesn't matter how bad the acting is, how crazy the lines are, like you're gonna watch it when it's on.
Right.
But the flip side of that is that in that game, between the Toon Squad and the Monstars, there are dozens of in-game errors that are egregious and directly impact the game of basketball outside of just the fact that it's a cartoon game. So, our first segment tonight is going to be on the historical inaccuracies of the battle between the Monstars and the Toon Squad. So, Jeff, I'm going to pass it to you. Like, give me a couple of them. I've got a list, my man. I'm
Same.
I'm
I
I'm
had
eight
lists as well.
I'm 8 to 10 deep on this list of historical inaccuracies. So, I'll pass it to you first.
Let's just start with way too many players. I don't know. I mean, maybe at lower levels this is allowed, but any type of real organized game, you would think. I mean, they had over 15 players play. I don't know. I don't know the legality of that, and I don't think any fouls were called. I think that really stood out to me. A lot of
Right.
flagrants would have been flagrants. None called. Not one.
So we have to first acknowledge too that this is both the greatest comeback and the greatest crumble in the history of sports. Because a lot of people who have not seen this film recently should know the halftime score of that game was 66 to 18 in favor of the Monstars. So
Correct.
you're looking at a 48-point deficit at halftime. In high school, that's running clock immediately in the third quarter. In this game, because of the high stakes nature of the freedom of the Looney Tunes, they had
Oh
a
my!
lot to do at halftime. And I'll tell you two things that I learned quickly. When they're in that halftime speech, right? And they're talking about Michael's secret stuff, that makes me really think about the importance of hydration and making sure that you're taking care of yourself. And two, talk about the importance of the confidence you have in yourself as a player. Like these are messages that can transcend any level. So when you talk about not only the comeback, but like the crumble by the Monstars, are you kidding me? Like you out skill, out size, and you only score 11 points in the second half. That's unacceptable. It's an
And they
unacceptable.
call it timeout at 68 to 66.
Right.
So it went on a 2 to or 46 to 2 run. Unacceptable.
Unacceptable. 46 to 2,
48 to 2, excuse me.
48 to 2 run by the Toon Squad. That's just ridiculous.
I think we can like to your point, Tweety definitely maximized their ceiling in that game. I mean, a small bird, very critical moments.
Yes.
I'd also like to point out in that Tweety does beat up the entire team. That seems
Oh, yes.
illegal. A lot of violence that seems illegal. The guns, more. John Morant doesn't get in this much. Gets in way more trouble, and he's never brought a gun on the court ever.
Oh man. That is great. That's really, really great. So here are a few kind of like small ones for me. For one, there's only one referee,
Yes,
Marvin the Martian.
yes.
In a game of this magnitude, it's unacceptable to have less than two. Unacceptable. If at Rock Hill, a
Or I.
travel basketball event is required to have two officials, then just giving Marvin the Martian the responsibility of this game is completely asinine. Like You're throwing the weight of the world on this little guy. It's completely unfair. Completely unfair.
And that goes right hand in hand with the fact that he didn't call anything. He didn't call any fouls. He was just there to inbound the ball, get here, hit the guy, take off. Um, what was in that secret stuff? That might have been illegal. Um, and then where's Bill Murray come from? Where was he on the
A
roster?
great
That should have
point.
been a technical. Immediate
Right.
free
Right.
throws. I'm just saying.
There's a lot of issues that I have within the roster. One of them actually is related to the Monstars. Guys, if you're gonna possess the skill of four power forward slash centers in the NBA plus Muggsy Bogues, at least take their number on your jersey. Every single Monstar is wearing the number 0.
Ridiculous.
Guys, that's a technical foul any way that you look at it. Like, I don't care if it's Toon Squad Monstars. I don't care if it's TBS versus whoever. That is an unacceptable, egregious error.
Very pickup
Half
game.
of that game. It's unacceptable.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. And then I don't think I saw any jump shots. All dunks. Everything was dunks. You would think,
Michael makes one. Michael
okay,
makes
yeah, one
one.
mid range jumper. That's right. But I think that the Toon Squad actually got away with not having to shoot the ball.
Right. No, that's a good point. Like, wouldn't you just run a zone? Like, if they're not calling anything, they're not going to call defensive 3 seconds.
And
Put Sean Bradley's character under the freaking rim. Like, clean this up, man.
and
It's
also, I would like to point out, no disrespect to Muggsy, they could have gotten a lot of different. They could have gotten a much better guard. They could have gotten a lot of. They could have
Oh
diversified this
wow. Oh
way better.
wow. So you're saying that their loss potentially could have been based on who they selected.
Well, almost certainly, if they would have just again mixed up the team a little bit,
We might have to blame Warner Brothers for that one. I think that there's a real chance that Warner Brothers is at fault.
they tried to cast others.
Yes. Here's another one that there's two that really bother me, and then I want to hear kind of the rotation that you would have gone with because I think we're both in agreement. If you're going to go with a 15-man rotation when it's do or die in this scenario, that's ridiculous. Like the if you got to treat this like it's a travel basketball game or it's game 7 of the finals. Like if your rotation for the Toon Squad's not 7 to 8 max. And the only reason I would say 8 is because of the addition of Bill Murray so late in the game.
Agreed.
But I'll tell you two things that I did not like about the game itself. And just one is related to basketball IQ, the other one is related to rules in general and just the necessity for having another official there. Lola, you're in a trap scenario. 7 seconds are left in the game. You get this heroic steal by Daffy, right? Where he runs through the chest of the Charles Barkley character to get the steal. It goes to Bill Murray. He goes behind the back to Michael. They pass it over to Lola. Instead of catching and turning up court with 7 seconds left, she takes 3 dribbles and doesn't go anywhere. It's unacceptable. Like this is bad basketball IQ at its finest. She could have easily lost them the game, and then they'd be on Moron Mountain right now doing God knows what. It's terrible,
I
terrible
know.
IQ, Lola. Do better. And then the last one is when Michael Jordan makes the heroic dunk to end the game. He takes off from a position outside the 3-point line. If you, and there's YouTube videos on this, if you jump from behind the three and you score the basketball, that's a three. So if I'm sitting there and looking at the score, it really should have been 79 to 77 because that's a 3-pointer on the last attempt.
Well, whoever had money on the spread, they're in trouble.
Gosh, can you imagine if the over under was 1.5?
Hey, the books are
Or the
really
difference rather was 1.5, the spread.
the
And then
books are
that
really good.
happens.
They probably would have been right on
Well, we can get into the fact that Michael's history with this in a different episode, I think. But talk to me, what's your thoughts on like what rotation should they have used? Because you can't go more than eight, man. You can't. Not in that type of game. I'll give you my eight after you go.
I think I'll just start with six, and then I'll see where you go with that
Okay.
after. I think you got to go the two main characters. You got to go Lola Bugs, obviously, and then
Yeah,
the
for
two
sure. For
humans.
sure.
I think you need the two humans. They're the two biggest players on your team. Even if Bill Murray couldn't do anything more than walk and chew gum, I think you need him out there. Elmer Fudd, he was pretty
Yep.
critical. I felt like he had some plays down the stretch, and Tweety, obviously, I felt like pre
Hmm.
Iron Lung Tweety, I thought great contributions. So I would start with that six and see where you go from there. Because
How
again, you
are
nine more.
Are we gonna talk about how Elmer Fudd punched on Buddy, tongue out? Like Elmer Fudd, if you look it up on Google, is 5'1". Like these are hops that off 1 foot, like that is elite stuff. And it's a clean flush. This is not a rim graze. Like he's hanging on the rim
Elbow at
and
the
he
rim.
stuffs it.
Oh,
Like headband on, tons of swag. Way to go, Elmer. You did not have as much success in your life catching bugs, but you definitely showed what you were capable of in this just truly do or die game. Here's two that I'd be interested to hear your thoughts in. I'm not sold on Tweety. I think Tweety's an offensive liability. Not sold there. I'm going Roadrunner and Taz.
mm.
Give me some high quality defensive intensity. Plus, Roadrunner in the game gets the dunk right off the top of the feathers. Like that's
I,
hardcore.
I like the spark Roadrunner gives. I will say that very speedy character as he's rumored to be, but I think he's just the endurance isn't there. He's only there for spurts. He can only sub him in for a minute at a time here and there. And what defense does he play? He seems pretty uninspired defensively. And then in Tweedy's defense, in their offensive structure, I don't know that you necessarily even need somebody to be a connecting piece.
Sure.
But Taz, nice addition. He's a nice utility piece. Gonna really be destructive out there.
And he was.
Make all the hustle plays.
He was very destructive. Before we move into our next segment, what would you say is either like an underrated player or play of the game?
Mm. You give me yours first, so I can think.
I think I got to go with the Newman and one that goes uncalled. I mean, it's a critical point in the game. You're looking at like 2 minutes left. I don't even know the actor's name, but he's Newman from Seinfeld. Clearly catches a pass from Michael. This is an assist for Michael, by the way. So big deal there. Catches the ball. Five Monstars just mob him and tackle him. And by some stroke of luck, he makes the shot. Again, should have been a three-pointer. They give it a two. So that's two scenarios in which that happened throughout the course of the game, two inaccuracies. But I think that that is like a game-changing play because he's only in that play. So his plus minus in the game is +2.
That's fair. I would have to probably go with just off the top of my head, probably Bugs when he illegally brings the moped onto the floor and
Oh,
then the
tremendous.
ball and
Tremendous.
then just casually throws a three-quarter court alley oop
Yeah, I mean that
over his
is
head. Not even thinking about it.
I'll tell you guys, for those people who I doubt that there is a listener out there that has not kind of our age to be able to appreciate the original Space Jam. Um, Truly one of like the absolute finer films of the mid 90s and a staple of my childhood, 100%. Um, LeBron James doesn't want to be like Michael Jordan so much that he tried to recreate the exact same movie. So that's neither here nor there, but an odd decision regardless. But love that film. Tons of fun to talk about.